allegedly, the people that found out this was leaked are really mad. I don't know about that. I mean, maybe they have to say that. I just wonder, because sometimes these leaks, they happen and they tend to be kind of strategic and deliberate, and it's coming at kind of an interesting time, right? As we're looking at the House having to prepare to vote on this $95 billion bill. Anyway, the New York Times headline reads, U.S. has new intelligence about Russia's nuclear capabilities. A congressman's cryptic statement about the development sent Washington abuzz about what the intelligence was, and it really infuriated, allegedly, White House officials. Interesting. Let me read a little bit from the report. As I said, it has to do with what Russia's doing there in space, potentially. And I quote, the U.S. has informed Congress and its allies in Europe of new intelligence about Russian nuclear capabilities that could pose an international threat, according to officials briefed on the matter. Officials said that the new intelligence was serious, but that the capability was still under development and Russia did not deploy it. Consequently, it did not pose an urgent threat to the United States, Ukraine, or America's European allies, they said. The information is highly classified, and officials said it could not be declassified without cutting off its source. A current and former U.S. intelligence official said the new intelligence was related to Russia's attempts to develop a space-based anti-satellite nuclear weapon. ABC News reported earlier that the intelligence had to do with such a capability. So we do have some kind of treaty in place at present. The U.S. does not have nuclear weapons in space. Russia does not either. We have this Outer Space Treaty of 1967, which actually prohibits signers from, quote, placing in orbit around the Earth any objects carrying nuclear weapons. And so the thinking is, well, that should help or not. And then the cynics are like, okay, you got to take this one with a grain of salt. I mean, how much of this is just to gin up support for the bill that nobody really wants to sign in Congress right now? Of course, they lost a seat, so we'll see how it all shakes out. But this is a very high stakes moment. I mean, it's pretty remarkable how dedicated, this administration is to spending $60 billion of our dollars, 95 all in when you factor everything else, in Ukraine, knowing, of course, that Ukraine has a massive problem, massive problem with theft and graft and a little off the top. I mean, say it however you want, but they had to get rid of the deputy defense secretary and then the defense secretary because they were all stealing money. So Americans are like, wait, what are we doing here? What is the point of this? And I think they're going to continue asking those questions.